All right, this video we are going to do why we stand. Okay. Yeah, weather switched up a little bit. So let us stand today. What do you guys think? The video is made for expecting mothers. Yeah, we usually talk about chosen ones, okay? Chosen one, chosen female, chosen males, chosen children, but we never talk about expecting mothers. So if you're an expecting mother, I've got a video for you today. The child you're carrying might be the chosen one, and there will be signs. All right? Now, when you're expecting mother, first of all, let me say this before we carry on. Chosen ones, we need to stop copulating with energy vampires. Okay, we have got to stop copulating with energy vampires. We need to find a way. Okay, we didn't know many years ago, so we haven't been pretty much informed with things. But it's high time we stop copulating with energy vampires. It's high time we stop copulating with NPCs. It's high time you start copulating and breeding. Let's talk about breeding. Let us start breeding with real people. Okay, it is time to start breeding, ladies and gentlemen, with real people. Most of the problems we have, you see now, the challenges that are going on in the planet, they have been a result of copulating and breeding with the wrong person. Okay, you breed with an energy vampire, and you're expecting to have a child that will not have any issues. That is how a lot of these issues that we're dealing with are born. Autism, okay? You start to hear different terms that people are talking about, and nobody will tell you that you simply bred with the wrong person. You bred with somebody. Probably you was breeding. You bred with a narcissist, energy vampire. You bred with a witch. So chosen ones, it's time for us to start finding real people, breed with real people. Okay, I've told you, when you remove the narcissist, all the issues that are going on around the world, they are going to solve themselves. There's nothing else anybody needs to do. If you can properly address the issue of narcissists, everything is going to sort itself out on this planet. If you're expecting mother and you have a child in your stomach, you're expecting a child, I'll give you the signs that that child might be the chosen one. Number one, during your pregnancy, you will experience visits. Let's call them divine visits. You're going to experience, you're going to be encountered with visits from the divine, and these are going to manifest as creatures, birds, animals. You may be moving around and you see sometimes birds are coming around and landing on you. Maybe you're sitting down in your yard, you're seeing a visitation from eagle, maybe hawks. It could be, sometimes you might even see a presence of certain creatures in your house. You don't know how they came in. All the windows were sealed, the doors were sealed, but for some mysterious reason, you're seeing these animals showing up around your house, even inside, if possible, inside your house. But usually, the most common one that you're bearing a chosen child. There's usually going to be birds and pigeons. It is usually going to come it's going to be symbolic. The visitations that you will get are going to appear as something that flies, butterflies, birds, his pigeons, his hawks, his eagles. It is going to be, it may not even be your first child. You have already been having kids before. but nothing of that nature. But this time you're sitting around, you chilling in your yard, you see this ego, it comes and lands next to you. You see these birds are coming and landing on your stomach. That is a very big sign. In some case scenarios, you might have a visitation from animals. It could be dogs. It could be deers coming around in your yard, in your garden. But these animals are not coming to hurt you. They are coming with peace. They will land around you. They may sometimes come around and greet you, and then they will leave. The eagles may land around you, make their noises, and they may fly away. Sometimes the pigeons may land around you, and they may stay around you for a couple of hours. You have got to pay attention. If you're pregnant, the child that you're carrying is a chosen one. Now, the second sign. There was a chance, or there was a possibility. You could even sometimes have contemplated abortion. The man, okay, this video is for the ladies expecting moms. The man that you're dating, in the early months of that pregnancy, that man either disappeared, vanished, or that man, he has actually proposed or recommended abortion. So he wanted to terminate the pregnancy. Okay? So a lot of women who are terminating kids, abortions, and everything, you have to be very careful. Sometimes you're planning to terminate the wrong child. But anyway, the child that is chosen, that abortion will fail. You will go and attempt abortion. Few times it will fail. The pregnancy will carry on. But in some case scenarios, the man that was with you, that man could actually have abandoned you and ran off while you was. As soon as he found out you was pregnant, he disappeared. Okay? He willingly disappeared. There's a different scenario whereby there could have been different circumstances and the man could have disappeared. Or maybe traveled to a different country. But he has walked away from you. He knew you was pregnant and he walked away from you intentionally. Okay? Without being forced or without any other external circumstances. That means that man, even from a very spiritual level, is not ready for the arrival of the child. Okay? Not only, we're not talking about financially, but even spiritually. Because if you're dealing with a man, is what I've been telling you in the beginning of the video, we need to start become aware. This thing of dating and and breeding and all that stuff. Because when you breed with the wrong person, that person is not going to be around. Okay? When you breed with the wrong person, there's a very big chance the person may take off as soon as he found out you're pregnant. Some of them could even take off before they found out you're pregnant. From a very spiritual level, that man, the one responsible for your pregnancy, is not ready for the arrival of the child. Spiritually, it may not even have anything to do with money. Yes, some of the factors could be in that direction. But the man could just simply walk away without fully understanding why he walked away from you. Okay? That is because he was expecting a child that he was chosen. A child with divine purpose, with an anointing, a very powerful child. And spiritually, the man was not ready to receive this child. So the man could have walked away. But even then, he could have proposed if he wanted to stay around you for some time. So the man could have recommended, let's say, for example, that you guys could have an abortion. Okay? And you could even almost went for the abortion, but for some reason you just decided to let it go. You continue with the pregnancy and the child was born. That is a very big sign and the chance that your child is the chosen one. When you're pregnant and expecting a child, there will be a sign that will tell you that that child is anointed. You will, for some reason, strange reason, mysterious reason, you will start to experience miracles in your home, in your livelihood. Out of the blue, somebody came around and they paid your bills. You was there, you were pregnant, you was expecting a child, you don't even know where this man came from. You are there struggling, you don't know where the money is going to come from. Someone just walked in and they offered to pay your bills. Okay? You don't even know that person is a stranger. Different types of miracles are happening. You don't know where your next meal is going to come from. For some mysterious reason, the meal shows up and you have food on the table. There is different types are happening, different types of miracles happening around you. It's not by coincidence. That is because you're carrying an anointed child. So the universe is also providing in advance. Okay? Is why the miracles are happening all of a sudden around you. So you are being provided for. Whenever you feel like you've come to the end of the road, something happens, you break through something. You break through. Breakthroughs are starting to happen around you. Things that have never happened before. You could even sometimes be offered a home. Somebody would say, "Oh, you know what? You can come and they've given you a home, free home, maybe for rent, or they have actually given you a real house. You have taken over some house, and it felt like this was a miracle. You don't know where the blessings are coming from. You're carrying a chosen child. That is why the universe is starting to provide for you in advance. Now, another one. I did my small list before I left home. Favors. For some reason, you don't know where the favors are coming from. Favor after favor after favor. You go to hospital, there's a long line of pregnant women. The doctor will move from the back and they're going to come and pick you and you're going to go, you will actually go, you'll be the first one to go. You are somewhere at the shop, you're finding it hard to stand. You will see now this man who is going to come and give you a hand and they're going to walk along with you to the car. Or maybe sometimes they are going to decide to push the trolley for you, whatever it is you've been shopping. There is favor that is happening around you. Maybe you're a lady you're standing uh, in the bus, for example, maybe in the train, public transport. People are willing to get up and give you a seat. It doesn't matter how jammed the, the transport is. People are willing to get up and give you the seat. Even sometimes pregnant mothers will get up and they will allow you to sit. Another pregnant mother will get up and give you her own seat. There is unexplainable favor that is happening around you. Unexplainable and at the same time unexpected favor. Favor can come in so many ways. Okay, it can appear in so many different ways. I've just given you a little bit of examples, but when you experience favor around you when you're pregnant, there's a very big chance that favor is being orchestrated in the higher rims, in the spiritual rims, because you're carrying a divine child of the universe. How do you know, expecting mothers, that your child is chosen? Um, this is going to be prophetic dreams. Prophetic dreams. Okay, there's going to be dreams. Okay, the child you're carrying already embodies a divine frequency. Okay, inside of your stomach, they already embody the divine frequency. So, which means you as a mom as well, you are actually going to experience very unusual prophetic dreams. Okay, you go to sleep, you're seeing angels, you sometimes feel angels around you, presence of angels around you. You're getting these very unusual messages. There is things they are telling you. Maybe they are showing you that your child is going to be moving to traveling different countries. You may see your child um, carrying out different assignments, even before the child is born. you're already seeing yourself having a son or a daughter who is actually very powerful and influential among nations. Sometimes you might even get a prophetic dream. And in that dream, you might see your child or your son or daughter being the leader of a nation, president, whatever, prime minister. And you wake up, you don't know where the dream came from. That is prophetic in nature. It is going to be a sign the child you're carrying is a chosen one. So they have got a very big mission while they're here. When they are here, okay? And at the same time, besides the prophetic dreams, which is the last sign, you are also going to be attacked, okay? You're going to experience a lot of attacks. As much as these other things are happening, there's also other things that are going to be happening on the other side where you're going to continuously be attacked. Because again, it still comes down to the enemy not wanting you to carry on with that pregnancy, okay? So the enemy is resisting that pregnancy from the spiritual realm, and the enemy sometimes could send different types of attacks your way, okay? This could be, there's some things, I don't know if it's good to mention them on video, but sometimes you may go to the hospital, maybe to check with the doctor, and the doctor, sometimes they would tell you that the child is facing upside down, okay? These could be things that you could explain scientifically, but spiritually, we need to understand the world is spiritual, life is spiritual. A lot of the things that manifest physically, they have already manifested spiritually. So on the other side, your pregnancy will be already attacked, okay? So you may go to the clinics, they are telling you the child is facing upside down. Sometimes you're having very, very difficult problems in that pregnancy. It is extremely overwhelming. You could even sometimes reach a stage where you feel like you don't want to have that child anymore. You don't want to have the pregnancy anymore. The enemy is putting a lot of different ideas in your head. Don't carry on with this pregnancy. This and this, let it go, and what, all that kind of stuff. You are having challenges in that pregnancy, extremely difficult challenges. Sometimes you could even be struggling just to put food on the table. Not that you don't work or something, but sometimes you're going to continue struggling with money. Your finances are crumbling. So the attacks are coming from the enemy. The enemy understands what you're carrying in your stomach, in your belly. And the enemy is trying to do different ways, find different means to make you give up on that pregnancy, okay? So the two forces are fighting in the spiritual realm. Those are the signs. I think I've mentioned all of them. I just did a small list for myself when I was coming out, okay? And another one, you might have challenges with the pregnancy. What do I mean? You might find yourself that it has gotten very complicated with the pregnancy, and the doctors are recommending you having the child before its due date, 5 months, okay? Let us remove the child, because if we don't remove the child, something is going to happen, and what. The enemy is fighting tooth and nail. The enemy is trying to make you not to have the child, because that child carries divine frequency. So you may find yourself had the child at 5 months, maybe 6 months. Premature is what I'm trying to say. You could have had a premature birth. That it will also be a sign that the child you're carrying holds a divine frequency. Or you may have had an overdue pregnancy. 10 months, 11 months. There's a chosen one online, actually, one of those last days. I was watching this content, and that's what happened to him. His mother had him at 10 months. 10 months plus, it was like 10 and a half months, something of the sort. The pregnancy was overdue. So when you are powerful, and when you're meant to be a powerful individual in this universe, there will be signs that will happen. There will be things that your mothers will experience, your parents have already experienced, even from the time they was pregnant. So sometimes you're hearing your parents are telling you things such as, is one of the things I've mentioned in my videos, signs that you have a chosen one. Signs that you're a chosen one. Your mother had a premature birth, or you was overdue. You was born at 10, 11 months, okay? There was complications during birth. Those are also signs. Again, it comes down to your divine frequency, okay? And the forces that don't want you to exist, because they fully understand the nature of your assignment while you're here. Those are the signs I can talk about. Let us know if any of them resonates. You guys know I do love and appreciate your support. Please book a session if you want to. You may donate or support my channel if you want to. Everything you need, you will find it in the description below. And until then, I will see you guys in my next one. There's almost signing out. Much love and blessings. Peace.